This is the word of the Lord from May 28th, 2026. My hand of mercy has been extended. There are times when you see suffering in your life, and you think because you had to endure that level of suffering, that means I have not extended my hand of mercy. But that is not true. Look at the life of Job. He endured great suffering that some could not handle. The loss of children, the loss of financial security, the loss of his health, the loss of his wealth, the loss of his friendships, the loss of his reputation, the loss of his honor, even the loss of love, and yet that was all mercy. He still had his life and his relationship with the Lord. And with that came the ability to reproduce all that was lost once again. Your life in the hands of God is mercy. When David wrote many Psalms, he was deeply distressed, often suffering from the heavy weight of being a king, a leader in battle, a priest, a prophet, a husband, a father, and yet he received mercy in his suffering. In the times he lost battles, in the times he lost his wives, in the times he lost his children, in the times he delivered the word of the Lord that many did not understand or agree with, in the times he put God first and praised God without praising man, and obeyed God without obeying man. He suffered in his obedience. He suffered by what he lost, and yet in those times, he had mercy. He always overcame. He was known to be triumphant in his heart seeking the will of God. He had his life and his relationship with the Lord. That is mercy. Whether you lose what seems to be much or what seems to be little, the losses are not what matters. It is that God is merciful and has extended his mercy to reproduce something greater and better in your life. We often reject what will be given to us later because we hold on so tightly to what we have now, to what is in front of us now, holding on to what we think is good and feeling like we are suffering if it's taken away, feeling like we lose when it's been removed, feeling deep loss when something happens that we do not agree with. Yet we don't realize that Job's life was better because of God. And David's life was better because of God. And both suffered and both lost. But their ending was greater than their beginning. And God showed them mercy and was gracious to them. Do we not realize his mercy is not as we see it, not as we expect? To lose something can be mercy. To experience loss can be mercy. To suffer deeply can be mercy. To suffer greatly can be mercy. To endure alone can be mercy. To lean on God in your brokenness is mercy. Mercy in 3 different Hebrew words describes mercy as a womb-like love, a warm, maternal, protective affection that provides safety. 2, a covenantal loyalty, a deep, unwavering commitment to be merciful, even when the recipient is unfaithful or undeserving. And 3, grace, the active extension of kindness from someone who has the power to withhold it. God's mercy extended in your life, and because of your relationship to him, is the most beautiful and powerful thing that can exist. We often call for judgment towards others that fail, or even think it's judgment when others are suffering. Job's friends thought he was experiencing the judgment of God, but it was his mercy. Many criticized the events in David's life and his family relationships and the tragedies that occurred because he sinned, but don't know what his life would have looked like otherwise. They don't realize that was God's hand of mercy. We don't know how merciful God is. When we call him merciful, we suppose it's for someone else, but he has been merciful to us, and his mercy endures forever, meaning he can keep extending his hand of mercy because he is a merciful God. And this is what we must understand about the Lord. Amen.